Hello there, I'm TheNightmareDuke and welcome to another Fallout 76 video where today we are not going to be taking a look at an unarmed sneak build. No, we're going to be taking a look at the Gauss and explosive weapons because there's been quite a lot of talk about them with the latest patch. So we're going to dive in and see if we can figure things out. Also, let me know in the comments if you've been experiencing anything drastically different or buggy with your explosive or explosive bullet weapons, but hopefully you enjoy, and if you do then hey, consider liking and subscribing. But let's just get straight into things. So over the past year, I've done quite a few dedicated videos about the weapons that we're going to be taking a look at today. So I'll be referencing footage from those and comparing that with the current state of the weapons, just to see if there is a major difference, or only a slight difference, or maybe none at all. So we're going to be taking a look at the Gauss rifle, pistol and shotgun, the AGL, specifically the two-shot version, and I'll also throw in the Dragon as another explosive bullet test. And let's just see how things perform. Now, with the latest patch, there was a lot of supposed sneak fixes, and of course the crit damage changes, making crit damage all additive instead of the multiplicative of the past. So those two areas have been worked on, and oftentimes touch one thing and another different thing breaks. So on the Discord, Reddit, different forums, there's been quite a few posts of people talking about sneak being way worse than it was, old bugs being back, explosive weapons doing absolutely nothing, performing way worse. So I thought, gotta check this out for myself. Since I'm dealing with my shredder addiction and basically touch no other weapon, I thought I should probably jump out of the power armor and pick up some good old weapons that I haven't used in a while. So I'm going to be referencing old footage and the performance and matching the build and weapon legendary effects as much as possible, with the main difference being I'm not going to be using stuff like adrenaline or tenderizer or follow through, anything that helps and adds to damage over time and increases it basically. I'm just sticking to straight buffs that don't change, no chems, no food, no nothing, etc. Also not going to be doing any crit shots because I tend to not do that in any of my videos unless it's specifically about crits. So kicking things off, we shall start with the Gauss rifle. Now, Gauss rifle is usually my go-to one-shot kill rifle. So we'll see if, like in my previous vid from almost a year ago, we can still get those one-shot kills, plus without the help of those perk cards that I mentioned before. So testing on these super mutants at Westtech, everything seems fine for the Gauss rifle, still getting the one-shot kills, no problem. The occasional super mutant ignoring damage, but that's nothing new, at least for me anyway. So Gauss rifle, minus a few perks, still performing how I'm used to it performing, one-shot kill weapon, no issue, so it doesn't really seem to be a big or any change here. Over to the Gauss pistol, got an anti-armor one here with the same mods as before, same perk setup besides the cards like tenderizer, adrenaline, etc. And we were comfortably getting one-shot kills with this as well in the previous video. But can we get them in the current live game? And testing on these super mutants here, yes, we can. So it seems both the rifle and the pistol are performing just as well as they did before. No complaints here, at least for me. I haven't run into any issues or bugs in regards to them. Over to the Gauss shotgun, and this one has been getting the most complaints or bug reports / questions. Now, Gauss shotty, ridiculously strong, especially once the Grenadier changes came into effect. I think last September, literally with a quad version, tap fire headshots, one kill, no sneak, no problem. It was ridiculous and super fun, but is it now? So I've got the same quad Gauss shotty here that I used in the previous video, same build minus the mentioned perks, and as you can see, tap firing is not getting those one-shot kills, requiring multiple shots to kill those super mutants. And even when fully charging the shotty, it still isn't getting the one-shot kills, whereas the other two Gauss weapons are. And the Gauss shotty technically coming in with the highest damage numbers, even without a bloodied version or anti-armor like the pistol and rifle. The Gauss shotgun definitely feeling much worse, and the performance shows. Now, whether this is intentional or maybe it's just slightly bugged, that's the question, but it does feel very off and clearly something has happened to it. Now, another one that I've been seeing is the explosive weapons like missile launchers and AGLs, specifically the AGL. Now, the AGL with the two-shot legendary effect kinda never got the memo and decided to stay at 100% extra damage when two-shot was changed to 25 extra damage instead. So, as you can see, two-shot the number is sitting at 840 compared to a non-two-shot version, and that seems to be the same as before in my previous vid, where we were also at 840, so on the surface, seeming okay. Some people also report that it isn't firing 2 shots, but that's working fine for me. Now, the best thing about this was that it could one-shot most things because it's just ridiculously strong. So, same 2-shot, same build, minus the perk cards, and getting similar performance, maybe slightly less, but that could be down to the perk cards that I've removed, like Gung Fu and Tenderize and Adrenaline, but usually you'd get the one-shot kill before those even start proccing. But for the most part, it does seem to be very similar to how it was before, and I mean technically before it was performing unintendedly well, because it was supposed to have taken that nerf down to 25%, so AGL seems okay for the most part and still a very good option to go for. Lastly, let's quickly take a look at the Dragon. So I have 2 here, an Instigating Single Star and an Instigating Explosive Dragon. So the Instigating Explosive Dragon should perform better than the Single Star Instigating, and the damage stats here, the Explosive one, does have a higher damage number. Not that you can trust these numbers or the numbers that appear on enemies, they're usually wrong, or at least consistently wrong, or all over the place, but that's besides the point. As you can see, the damage on the Behemoth there from the non-explosive one, and let's take a look at the explosive one, and there we go. That's my biggest issue that I've been running into when it comes to explosive this season. Seems to me at least way more inconsistent than it did before, and even when you do get the shot off, there's not really a massive damage difference, as you can see between the 2 health bars there. So for me, Explosive Bullet's legendary effect seems to be a bit odd at the moment, is the best way to describe it. Using some of my fixes and other shotties with explosive bullets, the consistency just seems a bit off. But let me know what you've been experiencing in the comments below. And yeah, clearly that Gauss shotty definitely took a hit in this, but hopefully you enjoyed, and if you did, then hey, consider liking and subscribing and sticking around for more Fallout content. But for now, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.